Okay, good morning everyone. So good to see you. I hope you are feeling good today morning. And my name is Meigo, and I am 27 years old, and I am born in a country called Estonia. Does anyone know, have heard about Estonia? Yes, oh, so many people. And who has been in Estonia? Who has visited Estonia? Who has visited Estonia? You have visited, yes. I would also love to know your name. So let's do one game. So I will say, my name is, and then all of you together you will say your names. Can you understand? Yes, and you can say it very loud so it's more interesting. Okay. My name is. Yes, thank you. So now we all know each other's names. And I want to tell you first a few things about Estonia. So Estonia is located in Northern Europe, Upper Europe, neighbor to Finland, to Sweden, to Latvia and Russia. And you can see here, this blue area here is Singapore, and the red one is Estonia. So Estonia is 63 times bigger than Estonia. Can you imagine that? 63 times bigger. But the population of Estonia is only 1.3 million, just over 1 million. And comparing to Singapore, Singapore has over 5 million people. Yes, so can you understand the difference? Yes. And I have one very, very big dream. Would you like to hear about my dream? Yes. I have a very big dream to travel all around the world. But to travel by walking. Walking, can you imagine that? Not to go by plane, not to use plane, not to use bus, no car, no train, no bicycle, no motorbike, just walking. So a very long time. Maybe we answer some questions later. We will answer the question a little bit after some time. Okay, please wait. So now I already started. I started to fulfill my dream, and I was walking from Estonia. You can see this line here to Singapore, and through 21 countries. What do you mean? What do you think? How long time it took me to walk? Yes. What do you think?
10 hours.
10 hours. What do you think? 3 weeks. What do you think?
A year.
A year. What do you think? Yes, you. Huh? Half a year.
10 hours.
10 hours. What do you think?
2 years.
3 years. What do you think?
6 years.
6 years. What do you think?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Okay, it took me to walk from Estonia to Singapore. I was crossing 21 countries, and the distance that I have been walking is over 18,000 kilometers. 18,000. Can you imagine? Walking. And it took me 3.5 years. 3.5 years. Yes. Can you imagine traveling 3.5 years walking?
Did you eat it all the way?
Yes, I was eating a lot. Okay, so now we have for you some photos, some travel photos and some travel stories. So would you like to see some photos? And my dream is very long. I want to go all around the world. Now I have been walking this yellow line, and I'm planning to walk the red line more. So I want to go all around the world. The total time would be 11 years, 10 or 11 years, to go around the world on foot. Yes, sometimes to cross some seas and oceans, I have to use some big ships, cargo ships, and sometimes even planes. But on the land, I want to only walk. Yes, very long plan. Yes. Okay, so here is my family. I want to share with you. Here is my grandmother, my father, my mother, and I have 2 older sisters. And actually, all my family members, they also love to travel a lot. So every one of them is traveling. So I would say I'm a family of travelers. I come from a family of travelers. So here you can see one house. before I started to walk, I was living inside this old wooden house. And when I started to walk, I started to rent this house for some people. So they started to give me money, rent money. So the renting money started to help me to buy some food, to buy some new shoes. So it started to help me to travel. Yes. Here is some salad leaves. In the beginning I didn't have much money, so I was even eating some salad leaves I was collecting on the road. Yes. Here you can see one small cat, one kitten. One day, over 3 years ago, I was walking in Slovakia and I found one small cat, one small kitten on the road. And someone had left her there in the field and there were no villages around. So she was all alone there. So I just took her and I put it on my back. And she was with me 2 days. And then I found a new home for the cat, for the kitten. So I saved the life of the cat. Yes. Here you can see I'm using a lot of shoes because I walk thousands and thousands of kilometers, so I have to use a lot of shoes. Here you can see my old shoes have so many holes. Yes, and now I'm changing for the new shoes. Now in the last 3.5 years, I have used exactly 20 pairs of shoes. 20 pairs. And this pair I'm using now is number 21. Can you imagine so many shoes? Yes, here is one dog, one young dog. This dog I also found on the road in Hungary, and she had no home. So I gave this dog some water, some food, and then she started to follow me. So she started to walk together with me, and we were walking exactly 10 days. 10 days I was walking together with the dog. I gave her some food, and then later in Romania I found some new home for the dog. Yes. And some beautiful road. Here, this photo is taken in Mount Olympus, the highest mountain in Greece. And I was not there alone. I went together with my sister. So here you can see my older sister. Her name is 𝗪𝗪𝗥𝗬. She's 5 years older than me. And she came by plane to meet me. And together we were climbing Mount Olympus for 3 days. 3 long days climbing up. We had many challenges. We had a lot of rain and cold, and it was very hard to walk uphill. But together with my sister, we became much more closer, conquering many challenges together. Yes, do you understand?
Yes.
Here we can see in Turkey, Cappadocia, very famous place. Can you see people here? Humans, they are very small. So these are houses. Some houses have over 10 floors. Yes. And people used to live there already 3,000 years ago. Can you imagine? 3,000 years ago, people were living in these kinds of houses with many floors. Yes. And here you can see the snow. Now, yes, I continued to walk. I continued to walk even with the snow. So it got very cold, and I continued to walk. So I was even sleeping in the snow. You can see my tent. Many weeks I was camping in the snow. Sometimes minus 10 degrees Celsius, sometimes minus 17. Very cold. But I had very good clothes. I had very good clothes that kept me warm. You can see I was wearing many woolen things. Yes. And this is me. I had a long beard that was protecting me also from the cold. Yes. Now starting of spring. These some village people in Turkey. So many people when I was walking through Turkey helped me. Hundreds of people. They saw me walking through their village. Then they stopped me, asked me, "Oh, I'm hungry, do you want some tea, some water?" And then they want to pack some food for me. So when I've been walking through hundreds of villages in 21 countries, over 1,000 people have helped me a lot. So I have received a lot of help. Here you can see beautiful hills in northern. Maybe you can come to see, maybe sit here. Sorry. So here you can see beautiful hills in eastern Turkey, near the border of Iran. here I'm together with the men in Iran. We were eating some watermelon on the road. This one long, very old bridge, also in Iran. These are some girls in Iran, beautiful Iranian girls. Now we are arrived to India. India was the biggest country that I was walking. To cross India, it took me 7 months. Can you imagine walking 7 months to India? Over 3,600 kilometers. And so now we will see some photos from India. Here you can see one man, his hair was 6 meters long, so long hair. And he had not cut his hair for 30 years. So crazy. Can you imagine washing this kind of hair? How long time it will take to wash? Here we can see Diwali festival, festival of light in India. Some of my friends put a lot of flowers to me. These are my friends Arun and Sonny. They were working on the highway. They are fixing the highway, very hard work. And they invited me to their home. And Sonny's house, his house was just one small room, only one room. And same area like our room here, 5 meters by 5 meters. And his house had no windows. Can you imagine that? His house had only one door, so it was very dark there. And they were cooking with real fire. They have to make a fire from the wood, so they were cooking here. So all the house became full of smoke. So his house was very small, and I stayed in his house for 3 days. Together with 9 other people. 9 people, can you imagine that? 9 people in a small area like this, and everybody sleeping on the floor. And they had no water there, so they have to carry water very far away. And they didn't have toilet there also, so they have to go one big field away. Anyway. Sorry?
Even my dad had to do the same thing.
Yes. Many people in India have to do the same thing. And their house didn't have windows because they were sharing a wall with a neighbor. So they had a common wall. And around our house there were just hundreds of small houses like this. And one morning, I remember very clearly, Sonny told me, you see, our family, we don't have much money. We have very little money. Sometimes we don't have money to buy food. Then neighbors are helping us. But he told me a very good message. He told me that I feel that the most important in life is how we treat each other as human beings. And he told me, you see, our family, we treat each other very well, so we are very happy. And that was true. They were one of the most humble, one of the most respectful and simple people that I met on my way. So, and in the last 3.5 years, I have been shortly living and sleeping in over 170 homes. Can you imagine 170 families in so different places, sometimes very big cities like Istanbul, Mumbai, New Delhi, Bangkok, sometimes in very remote villages deep in the jungles. So I have seen many families, local families. Here I was walking in one desert area in India with over 40 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Celsius, very hot, super hot, very hard to walk. Here, this is my leg, and one day I was walking and one dog was running behind me, I didn't see, and it bit my leg for 3 times, very fast. So I had some wounds, and I had to go to hospital, so they cleaned my leg. So normally the dogs, they never attack, but one, sorry? Yes, this one, the girl carrying water. Here you can see man, he's playing for the cobra snake. So the cobra will come up and do like dancing like this.
And then they all said, I think they said they all
here I was playing with some children in Northeast India in one home. Here you can see 𝗪𝗟𝗔𝗓𝗓 in Northeast India. They are collecting tea here, world famous 𝗪𝗟𝗔𝗓𝗓 tea. These 3 boys, they were walking together with me for one day, over 20 kilometers, and their parents, their mothers and fathers said, okay, if you walk with him, you don't have to go to school. So you can walk with him one day, then you don't have to go to school. So their parents gave a permission. Here you can see policemen in northeast Indian Assam state. You can see they have big guns. Can you see? Big weapons. And there was one area a little bit dangerous. So local government organized for me some policemen. So they were walking together with me for 3 days. 3 long days. I had these men with big guns, and they had different groups. You can see here we are walking in some hill road. Yes. This photo in one army camp in India. So you can see some soldiers here, Indian army. Here I'm meeting one boxer, one female boxer. She is very famous boxer. Her name is 𝗪𝗧𝗏𝗏. Yes, and she is a 5 times world champion. 5 times. So she is the best in the world for 5 times. And here we make photo that she was hitting me, make a funny photo. But she was, yes, yes, the Himalaya. Here you can see the Himalaya, the highest mountains in the world. And the Himalaya mountain is very, very long. Here you can see small houses. If you look closely, very small houses, white ones. Now here we can see my mother. This is my mother. She came to meet me in Nepal, and we were visiting one school, one hill school, and it was very high in the hills, over 2,500 meters high. Very small hill school, and these children, they don't have much money in their family, so many children, they don't have even shoes, so they are barefoot, and we organized some notebooks and some pencils for them to help the students there in the school. Yes, so here giving some notebooks. And here you can see some happy children in the hills. This is a mother and her child near the Himalaya. Now this Nepali woman, they are very, very strong. You can see they are women carrying firewood for cooking. And they go to the jungle and they cut the wood and they bring home. And they can carry 60 kilograms, even 70, 80 kilograms. Very strong woman there. Here, this one family in Nepal, I became very close with them. And I stayed in their home for 2 months, over 2 months, living together with them. And there was one big earthquake in Nepal 2.5 years ago. So I had to build them a new house. It's a tipi house from long bamboo. Very interesting house.
Isn't it like a mountain?
Yeah. This is from a very long bamboo. And it has 4 floors. Very big tipi house, over 8 meters high. Yes. We will answer. Here you can see one butterfly, very big butterfly. It's bigger than my hand, bigger than my hand. One of the biggest species in the world. Yes, Holi festival. That's true. Festival of colors. Here visiting another school in Nepal. These students, they don't have parents. Many parents, they have died. So they are orphans, or their parents have some drinking problems or drug problems. So this, all the students come from very, broken families. Yes. This now in Myanmar, you can see the world famous Bhavan temples there.
Is this in India?
This is in Myanmar. It's a neighbor to India, close to northeast India. And they have there are hundreds of temples there. Yes. Here we can see people planting the rice. Now.